What is going on, fans and coaches of the ASL? My name is Hutcho322 here, and today I'll be bringing you guys the ASL Season 6 Week 10 transactions. I know this video is really late, but like we've been really slacking this season on the YouTube team, at least for my videos. Everyone else has been doing fine. I've just been stupid busy, so sorry about that. Susie has also not been able to ever record, so that's something we have to work around. And yeah, I'm going to be bringing you guys the last week of transactions. In terms of playoff implications going up, that is still up in the air. I might do a really quick run through of playoff implications. I don't know if I'm going to do it at all, so because it's just me, so we'll see. But yeah, I'm going to try and get through these transactions. This is the last week, so a lot of people did make transactions, and let's just go ahead and start out. So for the first transaction, not really a transaction, more of a Z change. TJ is going to be spending his final transaction on moving his Z crystal from Uxie to Kyurem. So Uxie used to hold the Z crystal, and now Kyurem will hold the Z crystal. I think TJ used like Z Uxie once or something. I mean, it just makes so much more sense to have it on Kyurem because Kyurem is going to be a very good wall breaker. And TJ is going to want to have the Z crystal on his wall breaker, so it just makes a lot more sense. So definitely solid. I'm not going to give that much input on the Z crystal changes because it's a Z crystal, man. There's not that much that goes into it. So moving into another Z crystal change, we have Milan swapping the Z crystal from his Gudra to Primate. I'm less fond of this one because like Gudra has extreme coverage. It's one of the coverage gods in the game. And like Primate is so much better scarfed anyways, but it's whatever, man. He's pretty much been using the Gudra in more of a defensive role as it is, so I mean, you're probably not going to run Z move as much as if you're being a defensive build, so that's fine. Yeah, I think it was just kind of like a last minute thing, like a little niche change, and yeah, so that is going to be the Z crystal changes for the week. And let's go ahead and hop into the first major transaction. So, in the transaction this week, we have Dave, and he's going to be swapping his Stack Attacka, Rotom Wash, and Aromatisse out for an Araquanid, Xurkitree, and Klefki. So, I don't really love the changes that Dave made. I don't really love them at all, because if you're comparing 1-to-1 on all of these, if we're talking about a bulky water, Rotom is much better at being a bulky water than Araquanid is. If we're talking about being an electric type, in my opinion, Rotom is so much better than a Xurkitree. The Xurkitree is okay, but I don't know, it's just not that great. It relies a lot on setup. If we're looking at bulky steel types, Klefki is a lot better than Stack Attacka, obviously, but still, if we're going to defensive fairies, then Aromatisse is way better than Klefki. So I don't really love these changes. I mean, maybe Dave is seeing something that I'm not. It just doesn't make a whole ton of sense to me. I guess if he's trying to move his team into more of an offensive build, that works. And he's going to have webs now, which is kind of nice for something like Infernape or the Zygarde 10%. Not 10%, 50%. So those are things there. And then moving into the next transaction, we have a huge transaction. We have Cody, who's taking over for AZ as a coach. He'll be under the London Lapras. And he is going to make 5 changes to his team, as he had 5 total transactions that he could make. So he's going to use all of them. So he's going to end up dropping Toxapex, Tyrantrum, Cutiefly, Miltank, and Scyther to pick up Snorlax, Gardevoir, Sawsbuck, Noivern, and Stunfisk. So I'm liking this. I don't like that Cody got rid of a bulky water and no longer has a bulky water, but it's like he's not going to make playoffs anyways because he's at the time of this video, he's at a 3-7 or 3-6, 1 and 2. I don't actually remember, or it's a 2-7, whatever it is. But yeah, I don't love that he's getting rid of the bulky water, but he's just trying to have fun with it. I do like the Lax pickup. Snorlax is a really good pickup in this sense. Gardevoir is also a pretty good pickup. I definitely didn't like that the team had Cutiefly, and you know, all around it's kind of just. It's hard to break this apart because I'm trying to kind of go quick because he's not going to make playoffs, so it doesn't really matter a whole ton. It's just you guys can see what you're going to see in weekly recap. So yeah, not too bad transactions from Cody here, and we'll see how he ends up finishing out the season with it. And then next up, we have a trade between Shadow and Dave. We have Shadow trading his Girder for Dave's Hitmonchan. And I mean, the two disparities between these two is, of course, Girder's going to be a lot bulkier, having the access to benefit from a Violate, and Hitmonchan can go ahead and Rapid Spin. And I feel like Hitmonchan gets a little bit better coverage. It obviously gets more priority in the sense that it gets Bullet Punch. I think it also gets Fake Out. But yeah, so Shadow obviously wanted some more removal, which is not bad. And Dave wanted something that's more bulky to be able to take more hits. So they are both good fighting types, depending on what you want for it. So I can't really see a clear loser or winner of this trade. I think they're both winners in this trade. They're both solid ones. And then moving into the last transaction for the week, we have Milan, who's going to be dropping his Mudsdale and is going to be picking up a Moltres. So pretty much reasoning for this is Milan had two ground types. He had Mudsdale and Garchomp. It's not a bad idea to have two ground types when you have a Garchomp because you're going to be 4 times Ice Weak. So are you really an Electric Swap in? Because it can just run HP Ice. But he didn't have a Fire type after trading away the Volcanion, so getting Moltres back is not bad at all. So I feel like Milan got a pretty good deal on this, getting the Moltres, giving him another Fire type that he previously lacked, and you know, Mudsdale. It just gets overshadowed by Garchomp a lot, other than the fact that hidden powers are going to be an issue. And yeah, not a bad trade overall. So sorry if the video was really short. But like I said, most of these teams aren't making playoffs. Actually, 3 of these teams are going to be making playoffs more than likely. We have Malone, Dave, and Milan that are probably going to be making playoffs out of these. We'll see. Not trying to jinx anything, but those are where the playoffs stand right now. So anyways, thank you guys all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.